These are the Copic markers that still work and aren't dry, except one that you will see later on in the video. And these are the Copic markers that are dry, except one that you will see later on in the video. Hi, I'm Angel. Welcome back, I guess. I don't know. So, in this video, I'll be using all of my Copic markers because I gotta suffer, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's not really suffering. Look, a few videos back, I started slandering the Copic brand because it's extremely expensive, and I've told in that video that I've bought markers and lost all of my money. Oh my god, I spent so much. Look, if you are from I mean, basically the north part, right? Like the US or Europe or those northern continents, I guess. You will not maybe understand. I don't know, I can't speak for every country as well, but people from the US, I slandered those as well, so I might as well continue. I don't know. So, like, for me to get stuff, it's very difficult. Like, y'all can just buy things online. I cannot do that as easily as you can, so I have a whole story with Copics, which also involve Uhuhu, but like, it's basically the same thing. So, when I started drawing people, like anime characters and whatnot, like 2018, I started watching people like online, right, artists and stuff, YouTuber artists, and learning how to draw with them because it works really well, or at least it worked very well for me. I don't know. And they used markers all the time because at that point I did not know what digital art was. I didn't even know what a graphic what a graphic tablet was or anything really. I didn't know digital art could be made. And when I saw digital art, it never really occurred to me that that was digital. I just thought it was really well made marker art. That's wild to think about. I was so disconnected from the world. My god. Oh man, that's amazing. But I thought like, oh, marker art, okay. At some point I will get markers. So, 2018. At that point, like, people used Copics all the time. Like, that was the brand. Like, everyone was like, no, these, they don't, how do you say the thing? Like, they don't make like those marker lines. I knew it like a second ago, now I don't. But you could layer them and they wouldn't like do anything you didn't want them to do. They had the brush tips, and those brush tips were really good, and they could be refilled. They had a bunch of colors, and at that point no other brand really had that. Like, the alternative was the Pro markers from, I think, Winsor & Newton is a brand, if I'm not mistaken. Those were like the alternatives, but they weren't as good as Copics because they didn't have the markers. They were different, they couldn't be refilled, and like, it was that thing, right? Everyone wanted Copics. That was like the big thing, and I was like, damn, I really want Copics. At that point I was like a kid still. I was a teen, sure, but like a kid still. And I was just so into that, and I was like, one day I'm going to have those. And I used to watch like those videos. I think, I can't even remember. Those were many artists, like a bunch of them. And they would buy like those big sets, like those sets that are like the A set, the B set, the D set. I don't even know. I don't know why I skipped C. I don't know the alphabet. I don't know how to count. I don't know anything. But those are a fortune. My god, like, you don't know how expensive those are. Or you do, and you're with me. But my god, so now imagine someone that lives in South America. I mean, the economy here is like shit. If it's already bad in the north, it's even worse here. It's horrible. And like, especially living in a place where it's not easy to get things, like at all. For me to get things like nowadays, I still have to buy it from someone else that brings it to another place, then brings it here, and then sends me a ship through another thing. It's horrible. So, at that point, I didn't even know that option existed. That's how wild things are. So, I was like, I have to wait for a store to get it, I guess. So, 2 years passed. It was the year of the marvelous, wonderful, beloved, and well remembered year of 2020. My god. Horrible year for many people, but like that's the thing, right? So the year of 2020, I was saving up my little money, my little coins, the few that I had. And I was like browsing, right? Because like we could not leave our homes or anything really. And I was just browsing online. And there was an art store that kept being recommended to me from a city in another place from this country that I live in. And it had Copics. I remember the exact set it was. It was the Copic Chow, that one, like, I don't know if it's a kind of floral set. It has like purple and greens, that set. I remember the specific one. I don't know how I have a memory for this, but then I cannot remember what I said 5 seconds ago. So, and I was like, they have Copics, oh my god. So then I went, browsed their whole catalog. I was like, show me everything you got. So I started saving up my little money, and at some point I saw that they had like the skin tone set. They had the skin tone set, so I was enamored and decided that this was it. This is the thing, right? I draw people, so I gotta get a skin tone set. So I saved up my little coins and I bought the thing, and it was extremely expensive for 6 markers. Is it 6? Yeah. And like, imagine if it's already expensive in dollars because it's a Japanese brand. Imagine like that times 5. It's so expensive. My god. And I bought it because I don't even know why I bought it. I could have not. That was an option. So I bought that, and after that I bought another one, and then I started working and I bought another one or 2. How many do I have? Do I have 4 sets or 3? You know those little packets that come with 6 markers? Those I have. I think I only bought 3. I bought the skin tone set, the what? The floral, and the secondary colors, I think. Yeah. So I only bought those. So at first I bought the skin tone set, and then after I got a job, I bought the other one. So yeah, that was something I did because I'm crazy. I don't know why. I could have just not, because like back in 2018, the Ohuhu brand was starting to get very famous because like that was the alternative for Copics, and those were good, and people were like, my god, these blend well, these have many colors, they don't get like patchy. That's the word that I was looking for. They don't get patchy, they layer well, and they blend well, and they look good, and they have colors. And like with the more famous the brand got over time, more colors came out and more options came out, because at that point there were only chisel and bullet nibs. Honestly, they are fine. I don't know why people complain so much about bullet and chisel nibs. Those are good. I can use them just as well as I can use brush markers, if not even better. But then like everything was just going well, and they kept cheap. They did not get like more expensive with the more famous they got. And I remember, it wasn't long ago, it was like 2-3 years back, or I think 2 years back, the Ohuhu brand even came out with like refills, and you can change out the brush nibs. Like you basically come with 2 brush nibs in one. That was amazing. That is amazing. And everyone loved that. And they are so good. They have so many color options, and they have so many sets. They have everything. So I don't know why people still buy Copics. I'm sorry, but why? You can get everything, if not even better, because the quality is the same, honestly. Like, it's amazing. I don't know why people buy Copics. They are not worth it. They're just expensive, and you basically... Look, I'm sorry to say this, but you buy the brand, you don't buy the marker. You only pay more for the brand, so that you can say like, oh, I have Copics. Like I'm doing now. I'm doing this right now. Don't you see? I'm like drawing with my Copic markers. I'm doing this because of the brand. And to complain, obviously, because that's me. I gotta complain, you know. How am I not going to complain? I don't know. I don't know why I did that, because later I didn't think, I have no brain. I found another store like around here in this country that I live in. I love that I just treat it like a wasteland. It kinda is, but also not. It's chill. But I found another store that like had Ohuhu markers, and I bought Ohuhu markers. The chisel nib, those old ones, the ones that how do I explain it? You know that little diagonal cut that they have, like when they still didn't have that one little hole cut in the marker itself, like to show the color. Those are the markers that I got. After they already started like changing the look of their markers so that they have like a look of the Ohuhu marker itself, right? They were branding. And those are the markers that I got. I think it was the second or third edition of markers. I think it was the second one though. Because at first they had that usual look, like the touch markers. Then they had, I think, this one. Then they had the one with the hole cut in it. And now they have that look that you know nowadays, which... wonderful. Love them so much. I love them so much. I love them so much. But yeah, I bought those and they were amazing. They were great, and they weren't even brush markers. And I love them so much. I use them more. I even like dried those out with how much I drew with them, not like the Copics that just dried out because I live in a very hot place. Like, I take into account that my markers dried out because I live in an extremely hot place, like very hot. Like, my god, you will burn here, like people die. My god, it's way too hot. But even so, shouldn't they, like, for the price they shouldn't. they should be fine. Like, those are sealed, aren't they? They have the caps. They should work for this. They don't work for this. Oh my god. It's just horrible, okay? I love Ohuhu. My Ohuhu markers didn't dry out. I don't know how. They are still fine. They are amazing. Juicy. They have so much ink in them. My god. But yeah, I don't think Copic markers are worth it. Why would you? Why would you? Why would you even think about it? Honestly, like, give me a reason. I want you to give... If you're a Copic marker fanboy or fangirl, I don't even know why would you be a fanboy or fangirl of this brand. I want you to give me a reason. I don't know. So, I guess that's my stance on the Copic marker brand. So I will now talk about the drawing that I did. This pose I got from, you know, those... How you say it? Artists make these templates of poses, like just blank characters with poses, and they do things with those. Pinterest shows me those sometimes, and I use those for ideas or just sketches, because sometimes I don't have any pose idea, and I don't want to just draw normal things all the time, like headshot, 3/4 view of a character, straight on view from a character. You know, I wanna change things up from here every now and then, but sometimes just pictures don't hit the same way. So those appear, and I like them because they're very well made. Sometimes not like the one yaoi thing. I don't know why was that the first one that I thought of, but yeah. And if you know this pose and template itself, you will know I changed it up a bit. The legs specifically, the rest is like fine and the same. And I drew my character, Selena, and Cave, my beloved. My poor little boy whose scars I forgot. I actually did sketch in the scars afterwards because I remembered, but you will not see it in this video. I'm so sorry. I only realized it after I finished everything, so yeah, that's sad. But I just drew them chilling on their couch. The couch I used no reference for, that's why it's janky, but it's cute. I usually just draw backgrounds nowadays just with my eye. Like rarely I use a ruler, but I don't use like any perspective lines and guidelines or anything. It's too much effort. If I do that, I instantly lose interest in drawing. I don't know why. I'm like, this isn't way too serious and no fun at all. So I just do it by hand and it's cool. So they're chilling on their couch. Cave is drinking either a hot cocoa or a coffee, while Selena is reading a book, and they're reading it together because... Did I ever mention that Cave actually becomes a writer? Like, he's a cop, but he also writes a book after Selena dies, and everyone is really into that because it's horrible. It's like the biggest trauma dump ever, but people like it because people like reading things and getting traumatized, I guess. So, they're chill. They're fine. And what else? What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah, to make like everything blend in, kinda like so that it looks cohesive, because the markers that I had available were like kinda, I like splotched it around everywhere. That's what I've been doing lately, like very colorful things with my markers. I don't even know why. So yeah, this is the finished drawing of my two little guys, and I don't know. I don't know. I hope you have a nice day and night, and I hope that you agree with me. If you don't, you're in the wrong. I don't care. I'm right now. Anyways, have a good day and night. Bye. I hope to see you next time.